Good morning. Can y'all hear me? Oh, yeah. Okay. How are y'all? We're going to let the Facebook people come on. I guess that countdown just does it do Facebook and YouTube? Because it takes a minute for Facebook people to get here. I'm trying to figure things out. There's Facebook people. Lisa, I sent you a video of my stained glass in the wall, in the window. I don't know if you got that. It's so pretty. Yeah, Facebook people do need to join YouTube. Good morning. Oh, wait a minute. Lisa, are you double dipping? You're on YouTube and you're on Facebook. Look at you go. Okay, so I don't know if y'all have noticed. You probably haven't noticed. I don't know, maybe you have, but I don't have my hair in. And this is my real hair. And you see how big it is? This is my real hair. And I'll show you. These are my extensions. I've got to wash them. I just thought I would show you and see they're sewn in my head. But I'm getting them put back in tomorrow, but I had to oil them real good and all that stuff. So I know that it's been a while since y'all seen what my hair looks like, but this is my real hair. And you see it's a fuzzy mess because my hair's naturally curly. I'm taking my glasses off. My hair's naturally curly. And so it's when I brush it, it's a fuzzy mess. So let's see. So I'm not gonna. My hair is so fine that I don't like to put a curling iron on it simply because I don't want to burn it. So I'm just like been wearing my hair up all weekend, just like who to thunk it, because I don't want to mess it up. Okay, let's see. Where do I begin? So last night, I'm trying to be Little Miss Entrepreneur with my long form videos on YouTube. I'm trying to be ahead of the ball game because, hang on. Because it seems like when I have to upload a video at the last minute, it stresses me out beyond belief. Y'all have no idea. If you're a creator, you get me. But it's like sometimes you're like, when you're doing a YouTube video, you're like, there is nothing exciting going on in my life. Like I have nothing to film. Nothing is exciting. And then you spend hours editing a video, and then you're like, I hope somebody watches it because I just spent 5 hours recording and editing this video. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And then I decided to share my story about how y'all met me, like about me being in Stapleton. I posted it last week and my views were great. I don't know. I think I got almost 9,000 views. Are you ready? for some reason, YouTube didn't put videos in, commercials in that video. So all that recording, all that editing, all me digging for old pictures, all the effort and time I put into that video, there was only one commercial in the entire video, and it was at the beginning. Needless to say, all my effort pretty much was, I'm not going to say it wasn't worth it, because it's not always about the money, but I felt like bawling my eyes out, because I'm like, I spent all this time doing this video and YouTube did not put any commercials in it. And I don't know why. But anyway, it is hard. It is so hard being a creator. It's hard coming up with new content. It's hard to keep people excited. And then one minute you have 9,000 views and you're like, oh, great. And then the next minute you have 700 views. You're like, where did they go? What happened? And which I have done a video about this before, but I'm trying to understand YouTube. I'm really trying to understand it, because I would think that, like, when you subscribe to someone's page, that you would watch all their videos. But see, I don't watch all of them, so that's not the truth. And so, like, I'm just trying to understand. Like, I'm trying to understand, at the end of the day, I have to be myself. And I was sitting there looking, because you have to learn the marketing behind YouTube. Because people aren't clicking if your thumbnail is not exciting. They're like, they look at it and they're like, oh, that's stupid. I'm not watching that video. And they, even if there's not a lot of views on that video and someone goes to your page, they're not watching because there's only like 600 views on your video and there's like 9,000 on another one. So they're watching the one with 9,000. It's like, I feel like I'm not very good at marketing myself as far as on YouTube. I feel like I fail at that. But then again, y'all, I've only been doing it April. I've only been doing it like a year and 7 months. You know, Brooke and Jason are the ones that taught me into doing YouTube. So I haven't really been doing it long enough to really understand I don't know, do you call it business side of YouTube? It's hard to understand because you go and you put forth all this effort and then you're like, what am I doing wrong? And you really have no one to really talk to go. I mean, you have a couple people that you maybe talk to, but big YouTubers don't want to really talk to you, about how to make yourself better, because they're like, I don't want them to watch your videos. They're watching my videos. It's like it's not competition, but I guess it kind of is. So, like, it's just difficult. So enough about that. I'm just trying to figure out YouTube. And I was thinking in my head, I know without a shadow of a doubt, if I would stop putting makeup on in the morning and maybe go into my education center by the fire and do my live, I would get a lot more people on YouTube. But because like a lot of men don't want to sit here and watch me put on my makeup, right? That's silly. A lot of women, maybe think that it's ridiculous that this farm girl's I don't want to sit and watch her put on her makeup. But it's funny because when I tell a story, like I tell on my lives on a YouTube video, I get 9,000 views. And I'm like, y'all, what you're seeing is the same thing I do in my lives. But see, a lot of people don't want to watch my lives because I put on my makeup. And I thought in my head, do I stop getting ready in the mornings and go into the education center and go live? Because if I did, I would reach more people. But is that really my focus? Like, you have to sit here and think, what is your focus and going live and telling your story? It's not to see how many people I reach. That's really not what, I mean, not really, but I guess it is. It is how many people you reach because you're trying to figure out how to pay for your feed and your farm stuff. But when it really gets down to the reason I go live, it's because I want to share what God has done in my life. It's not really about a number when you get down to it. So, like, I'm really just kind of struggling a little bit, trying to figure out, what does God want me to do? What am I supposed to be doing? Like, am I in line with what I'm supposed to be doing? I don't really know right now. I feel very conflicted when it comes to getting ready in the mornings. But then I think in my head, well, if I go live at 7 a.m. in the education center, that means I got to get my butt ready before I go live. And it's just like, do I really want to do that? That's a lot of pressure on me. So I just ask that you be in prayer about God opening my eyes to what the heck I'm supposed to be doing on social media. That's what I ask. Okay. So last night, I have a lot of video footage that I've been doing, and I'm trying to stay ahead of the ball game because it stresses me out when it's Monday morning. I'm like, oh, I got to film something. I have nothing to film. I've got to do a video today. I've got to clean out the cook. It's stressful to me. So I don't want it to be stressful. I want to be able to enjoy, because I enjoy editing videos. It's fun to me. I really, really, really enjoy putting together this masterpiece, like all this rimmage, and then trying to put together a story. I actually enjoy that. I really, really do. And so, so last night I said, we got, now that it's getting dark earlier, I have more time at night that I can edit. But then again, I'm like, I'm trying to spend, Shane don't want to sit here and watch me edit videos all night when he's been at work all day. So I'm trying to, okay, I'm talking in rambles. So last night I was editing a video, and for Tuesday, and I've been struggling because in the video, y'all get to see it tomorrow, but in the video, it was about, I did not know. I was out in the farm doing my thing. I was out there recording, letting animals out. And then all of a sudden I hear vroom, vroom, vroom. And I was like, Shane just cranked the red truck. I didn't know it was going to happen. Okay. So I was like, is he fixing to move the red truck? I mean, it was a shock to me, just as like when I was recording the video, I was like, so I was sitting there videoing. So I went to help him because he sent me a message and he said, you need to come help me roll the store up so I can get the red truck up. And I got excited. I got so excited because I was like, oh, because at first I was like, I'm just going to decorate the red truck, right? I'm just going to decorate it because it looks really cute in the education center at Christmas with the red truck in there. Santa can, stand by the red truck, or he can get by the fireplace. So like, I came to acceptance that the truck's not being moved. And when I came to the acceptance, I was okay. Like, I was like, okay, you know, like I should be grateful that, first of all, that I even have this education center and I'm rushing things. Shane was like, Judy, you're rushing. You're wanting everything to happen today. And I'm like, that's just who you married. I'm not, I have no patience. Like, I want it today. And that is really not a good characteristic about me, because I am the type of person, I want it today. But in my defense, over the past year, I have been saving money for this education center. Okay. I have busted my butt to save money because in my head, I envisioned exactly what I wanted. So every dime that I was getting, I was sticking it in savings, stick it in savings, because I knew I was going to have to buy an air conditioning. I was going to have to buy the tin. I was going to have to buy the refrigerator, the water system, the coffee thing, like the rugs. I knew I could envision this. And I was like, I better bank up some money because this is fixing to cost a fortune. And I'm very proud of myself because I was very, very, very disciplined and put all the money back. And so when the time came for the education center, like when Shane's stuff started getting out of the education center, I felt very proud of myself because I was like, I'm so proud of myself for putting all this money aside so I can do exactly what I want to do in the education center. And some things seem really silly, like, for example, to Shane, because he's like, why did you just spend, I don't remember how much I paid. Let's just say 60 bucks. Why did you spend $60 to hide your trash can? Shane, I'm just bougie like that. Okay, dude. Like, I'm just a girly girl and I don't want an ugly trash can sitting out. Okay. I've worked my tail off. I've worked my tail off to save my money to do exactly. I want this education center to be perfect. If I want to cover my trash can with something bougie, I'm going to do it. And it's just like I had planned on I had planned on taking, because Larry has a new refrigerator in his house and we're cleaning out his house to try to sell it. Well, my brother said that my oldest brother, he wanted to buy Larry's place for his daughter. He's got a 20-year-old daughter and he wanted to buy it. And I was like, well, daggum, I can't take the refrigerator from my niece. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just getting started out. I'm like, I can't go up there and take that refrigerator. She's going to need a refrigerator if she's moving in there, you know? So then I was like, well, I've saved all this money and I'm just going to buy one. So one of my followers sent me, Judy, you can get this retro refrigerator for $500 from Lowe's or Home Depot. So I was like, done. So I ordered it. I'm getting it Friday. And that seems silly to Shane that I would spend that. But I'm like, I've been disciplined and I've been saving my money to do the education center exactly the way I want to do it. I do not want to order something. I want to, if I don't have the money, I need to save up because I'm not ordering something until I know for sure I want it in there. So that's how I've been. Well, when I heard him, do you call it crank up, fire up the engine on the education center? My stomach was like, I was getting excited because I was envisioning these dreams that I had. And so I go in there and I was so excited. And then when I went into the education center and I was filming, I got every bit of it on film. Shane was kind of rude. And I was like, oh, like, why is he being rude? Like, what the is he mad that he's having to move, like, that I'm wanting it out of there? Am I rushing him? Like, what is this all about? I mean, yes, I kid with him and tell him to get his crap out of my education center, but I'm always kidding. Like, I mean it, but I'm kidding. Like, I don't like I have come to acceptance that the red truck's staying in there. The stove that's in the box, I'm going to wrap it with Christmas paper. We moved the engine behind the rabbit thing, so it looks good in there. I came to acceptance. I'm like, okay, we don't have to move any of this. It looks really cute. It looks cute with the truck in there, and it looks cute if I wrap the stove. So he doesn't have to move anything. So I came to acceptance. Then when he goes to move the truck, I got excited because I didn't know that was going to happen. So when I went in there and I was filming, he was, and you'll see all this on the video tomorrow, but he was kind of rude, like talking, but it was because I wasn't understanding. And I want you to somehow take what I'm saying right now, and I want you to apply it to your life. So is there times when you're super excited about something and then someone's rude and then you're like, I don't feel all warm and fuzzy. This doesn't feel good. And you're trying to go, is it me? Is it him? Is it me? Is it him? Because that's what I was doing. Is it me? He's telling me I misunderstood. So like, how did I misunderstood? And you start thinking it's your fault. You know what I'm talking about when you're in a situation. So that's the situation I was in. I was like, am I taking this wrong? Because he was like, Judy, you didn't listen to what I said. And I was like, what did he say? Was I not paying attention? And I said that. I was like, I'm not paying attention. I guess I didn't pay attention to what you said. And so like, it was hard for me. I guess I didn't pay attention because I was so excited that the truck was being moved. And so I guess what he was saying was going in one ear and out the other. So then I'm trying to figure out in my head, am I taking this wrong? Like, why am I not feeling all warm and fuzzy inside? Am I wanting him to do back handsprings in the front yard? Like, am I jacked up mentally and not like understanding? Like, what is going on right now? And so I felt like it was a mind game. Like, I was like, what is going on with me? And at the moment, I couldn't walk to a tree and sit down and break down the situation, right? Like, I was just having to run with it. And I was like, I'm not understanding this whole situation. And what he said to me was, he made me understand. I said, I don't understand what you're doing. Because he said the truck was coming back. I thought he meant the truck was coming back that day. He was like, don't get excited. The truck's coming back. And I was like, okay. I mean, I'm fine with it. The truck looks cute in there for Christmas. Like, it's fine. But then I started asking questions and he was getting frustrated with me because he had repeated himself to me about the truck coming back. So then I had to go, stop. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I understand. And then, so basically, to make a long story short, he was saying that he's taking the truck out for Christmas, but then after Christmas, it's coming back into the education center. And I went from, the truck's being moved to, are you serious? Are you serious right now? The truck's coming back to the education center. And I felt as though, I'm just being honest. When I'm honest, it doesn't mean that my feelings are right. But I was like, why does it have to come I have kids here. I have cats in the education center. Why is the truck coming back to the education center when you have this huge building why can't the truck stay in your shop? You know what I'm saying? Why does it have to come back where I'm trying to? So I was feeling, I didn't say that out loud, but that's how I was feeling inside. So I felt as though I was trying to break things down in the middle of him being around me. And it was like, and my brain was just, because I couldn't think straight because he was running his mouth. And so when I was putting the video together last night, I was like, no wonder. So, like, you know how when somebody says it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. And I couldn't figure out what was my fault. And I thought what was my fault was I wasn't paying attention and I wasn't listening to what he said, because he said, after the holidays, the truck is coming back. I didn't hear that at all. And I was like, why can't I pay attention to him? Like, what the heck? Why didn't I hear any of that when he was saying it? And why is he telling me this is my fault? So when I put the video together last night, I was like, ba-bam! And this is what happened. We were standing in the education center, and this is before the truck got out. I went in there ripped up, excited that the truck was moving. Okay? So you try to relate this story to your life. You're ripped up, excited about something. So I was ripped up, excited because he was moving the truck without me knowing it was about to happen. And then it was the words. I wished I could. I probably can't find it. But he said, I go, oh my God, I'm filming. Oh my gosh, look, he's moving the truck. Oh my gosh. And I'm filming and I'm so excited. And I was so wrapped up in my excitement that I didn't hear this slang term come out of his mouth, not for long. So it's almost like at that moment, I'm ripped up, excited. Shane is in the corner going, not for long. And apparently my brain heard that. But I was in the process of filming and being excited. But it's almost as if my brain heard not for long. So we do this. We do this as human beings. We hear not for long, and then we make an assumption about what he meant by that. So what was happening to me as I heard that, I was filming because I was trying to show the backup dancers that the truck was about to move. And he says this slang sentence. My brain hears it and I go into assumption and I'm like, he's bringing it right back. So here I am filming this, all excited that the truck's being moved and he's about to bring it back. That's what I heard. And so the whole entire time, I'm going, and I don't even know if this makes sense. Okay. I don't know if this makes sense, but it's almost as if I heard it, but I didn't hear it because I was filming and talking, but I heard it. And then I made a quick assumption that the truck was coming back. And so then I felt let down. I thought, well, it's stupid that I'm even recording this because it's coming right back. And I felt let down. So then I'm trying to process all this in my brain and I feel confused. And it's like, did I hear what I thought I heard? Because I was in the middle of filming. He said he's bringing it back. So then I need clarification, right? Because you're like, did I hear? Is that what he meant? You feel confused. And you're trying to break it down with someone standing in front of you talking, and you can't break it down when I can't. Maybe you can figure something out really quick when someone's in front of you, but I can't. I have to stop and get by myself and get quiet to go, what the crap did he say? You know what I mean? So it and you'll see me in the video go, "What did he just say? What did he just say?" So then I needed clarification. So instead of stopping and just being quiet and being thankful that he got it out of there, I said to him, filming, I said, "Okay, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I I need to see what's best for both of us." So I said that, and I said, "So what are you doing?" And then he smarts off and says, "I've already told you what I'm doing. I told you." And I say, "Well, I guess I wasn't paying attention because I don't even know what you're talking about." Because in my head, I made the assumption that the truck was coming back immediately because he made that smart aleck comment. He saw me get excited and he's like, "Oh, Jack, don't get excited because it's coming right back." So when I made the clarification, I said, "Hey, wait. I need a clarification. I don't understand what you're doing." And so then he tells me that I'm not, "I've already told you." Do y'all ever get that one? "I've already told you and you ain't listening." And I give him the clarification. "Well, I guess I wasn't listening because I don't know what you're doing." And he says, "After the holidays, I'm bringing the truck back." And I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I have to repeat what I see or repeat what I've heard to make sure that I understand because it's almost like I don't trust what my brain is thinking. Did y'all do that? So I needed to repeat to him what he was saying to me to make sure I understood. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you're taking the truck out of here through the holidays? Yes, Judy. And I'm like, okay. And then after Christmas, you're bringing this truck back into the education. Yes, that's exactly what I told you. But I don't know if my brain doesn't work right, but even like when someone calls me on the phone and is telling me something important, I have to go, wait a minute, let me say it back to you. Okay, what I heard was this. And then they're like, "Yes." So then I'm like, "Oh, okay, I heard it right." Because it's almost like I don't trust myself that I heard it right. I don't know if that's from I don't know why I do that. But I have to repeat the whole situation to make sure that I understand correctly. So I thought in my head when he said, "Yes, I'm bringing the truck back because I can't leave the truck out in the weather." And I felt like a smart butt. I did. And I didn't say it out loud, but I thought, "You jackleg, you gotta shop yourself. Go put the freaking truck in your shop. Why are you putting it in my shop?" You know? That's what I felt like. And I felt mad at him because I felt mad, not that the truck was really coming back, because I wasn't expecting the truck to leave to begin with, but, like, I felt after putting the video together last night, I'm like, "I'm so glad I recorded all that." I am so glad that I recorded all that because I understand where my brain went, because my brain heard "not for long," meaning his truck wasn't gonna be out of the education center for long. I heard and what did I need? What do you know how sometimes you're needy? You're just needy, okay? We are. Every one of us, we're like, "Okay, that's not what I need to hear. I'm in the moment of being excited that the truck is leaving. Maybe you could have handled this a little differently because my needs are that smart aleck comment that is about to return, is about to come back. That didn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It pissed me off. It did. Hang on. So sometimes when people say things to us and it makes us feel confused, like, did I hear that right? Was he being ugly? Did I take that wrong? Did I misunderstand him? Was I not paying attention? Like, what the crap just happened in this conversation? Because I feel super confused. I feel so confused. But I think Shane does so much for me. And I'll tell you what led to the total confusion. Because it came across his sternness is about to return, came across ugly. So this, and I didn't react as I was mad, really. I came across as I was confused, but see where it went to even more confusion is because when Shane is stern like that and kind of ugly, I don't feel loved. I start telling, I go to outer space with this. Okay. I don't just let it rest with he's a butthole. No, I stew over it. And what happens with me when I stew over it, I get more frustrated and I tell myself, hey, there's no way that this man loves you because first of all, he's not romantic at all. So instead of making this situation, hey, Judy, guess what? I have a surprise for you this morning because this is what I would do. I have a surprise for you this morning. And he's going to say, I'm going to say, what? You got a surprise for me? Are you serious? I'm going to move the road truck for you today. That's not what he said. That's what I needed to hear. But that's not what he said. Because if he would have said it the way I needed to hear it, I would have been, he loves me so much. He loves me so much. He's going to take this day off and he's going to fix the truck just for my education center so that my education center can be perfect for Christmas. Oh my gosh, he loves me so much. That's what I would have done. But because he said it's about to return, just like that, I heard he doesn't love me. He doesn't love me. He's a big old fat butthole. That's what it felt like. And I'm like, I can't even enjoy this moment because you're a straight up butthole. You're ugly. You're rude. You ain't, I mean, I was stewing. And where it got more confusing is because I was sitting there telling myself that this man is the most rudest man I've ever seen in my life. He's straight up rude. He then said, hey, Judy, I want to let you know that the guy with the trusses for your peacock enclosure is just called and your trusses are ready and we're fixing to go pick them up. So then I'm like, I'm so excited. Shane's going to build my peacock enclosure. He loves me so much. You see how this situation is called dialect in mental health. Okay. He loves me so much. He hates my guts. Like where your mind shifts from one flow to another within, an hour period. He loves me. Oh my gosh. He's the best husband in the whole wide world. He loves me so much. That jackleg is a straight up butthole, and I cannot stand him. If I have to see his face another minute, I'm going to scream. All within a 30-minute period. It makes you feel crazy. It makes you feel absolutely crazy. So then we're on our way. We're on our way to get the trusses. The trusses are $1,000. Okay. It ain't like this is cheap. Okay. This is $1,000. So on the way to get the trusses, that butthole says, I hope you brought your money. And I'm thinking in my head, do you think I was going to go unprepared? Do you not think that I've planned for this peacock enclosure for like 3 years now? Like, I'm planned, right? So that's what, in my mind, I felt as though that was like, I ain't paying for it. You're paying for it. And what he's meaning is like, Sneed's farmhouse. I have to work. I have to bust my a double to make things happen around here. It doesn't, it ain't like everything that you see in Sneed's farmhouse is because I've worked my tail off to get. Okay. And I've told you often that Sneed's farmhouse does not pay our bills at our house. Okay. So in order for a peacock enclosure to get built, I have to work for it. I have to build up for it. As a matter of fact, if y'all remember back in the day, my peacock got ran over by a car. Do you remember that? And so I had done a fundraiser for the peacock enclosure. I put all that money aside because I have to depend on someone else to build it, right? So we have 100 things going, a hay barn that needs to be built, Shane's shop that needs to be built. So I just stuck the money aside. So when the peacock enclosure came to be built, I had that extra money there to build the peacock enclosure. And so when he smarted off to me and said, I hope you brought your money. This is fixing to cost $1,000. I wanted to go, hey, Jackleg, guess what? I've been having the money in over here to the side for about 1.5 years now. I felt like attacking him and being ugly because that's what he said. So then I went from, he's a butthole, I can't stand him. Oh, I love him so much. Oh, I can't stand him. He's a butthole. So we get to the trust place, whatever it's called. I pull my debit card out to go pay for the trusses. And there's like this trailer that's the office and then the trusses. Well, Shane's daughter met us there because I had to give my grandson his jacket and she lives over there. So I was over there talking to my stepdaughter. Shane walks in the trailer to tell him that we're here. So I tell Shelby, I'm like, hey, I got to go inside and pay for this. I walk into the trailer and there's no one in there. And I was like, who am I supposed to pay? So Shane had pulled the trailer down to be loaded. So I walked out and I'm like, Shane, there's nobody in here to pay. And he can't hear me because there's loud machinery going on, right? So I walk all the way up to him. I said, hey, who do I pay? There's no one in that trailer. I've already paid for it. Are you serious right now? You did not. Yes, I did, Judy. I paid for it. Get in the truck. Oh, he's so sweet. He's so sweet. Oh my gosh, he loves me so much. My God. He just literally just paid for he just paid for it himself? Are you serious right now? $1,000. He just paid $1,000 out of his pocket for the trusses. And so then I get in the car and I'm like, why'd you do that? Oh, you're paying me back. Oh, you're paying me back. And I just kind of laugh because this is how Shane is. He don't expect me to pay him back. That was, I mean, I would pay him back, but he Shane's a butthole, y'all. He is. And and like, you see how I'm all over the map? You see how butthole sweet loves me, butthole sweet. It's like this. I feel crazy. I feel so crazy. And I'm like, is this me? Like, is this something that am I like all over the map because I'm mentally messed up, or is Shane mentally messed up because he has me all over the map? And I can't figure out what part is me and what part is him. But I have learned, but I haven't mastered this. I know that I have to pause with Shane a lot. Shane does not mean what he says ever. You cannot, like, if he gets in the car and says, "Hope you brought your money today," he says it ugly, but he's kidding. But I don't take it as he's kidding. And I have to go, pause. But I'm not good at it. I don't know why I cannot pause when he's around me talking. I don't know. I have to learn how to do this because he says one thing and he does something totally different. And he is the type of man, I'm here to tell you right now, he is the type of man that if he gets his manhood threatened, he ain't doing nothing. So if I was to say, if I was to say, listen here, this truck has been in this education center for long enough. You need to get your butt in that truck and go put it in your shop, because your shop is 10 times bigger than my shop. And you don't have strangers in your shop. I do. I have kitty cats that are walking all over your truck. If I say that, that truck is coming back into that education center before Christmas is up. So if I want something done, I have to shut up. I have to, because I've learned when it comes to Shane Sneed, it has to be his idea. It cannot be Judy's idea. It has to be his idea. If I bug the holy shiitake mushrooms out of him about building that peacock enclosure, he's going to go into shutdown. Because I'm going to get on his nerves. Hey, can we do the peacock enclosure this weekend? Hey, it's daylight. Can we do the peacock enclosure? Hey, you're off work. Can we do the peacock? I'm going to drive him crazy. If I just leave it alone and come to acceptance that this is not going to be done until the spring, he'll do it tomorrow. I swear, he's a weirdo. He's a weird dude. He really is. And sometimes through this whole situation, and it took me putting the video together because I don't trust what I hear. It's like I don't trust myself because I think that I've misunderstood. And like I say, I have to repeat myself back to you to make sure that I heard you right because I don't trust what I hear. I don't know if that's PTSD. I don't know if it's old age. I don't know what it is, but I have to repeat to you when there is something important or something that I understand, I'm trying to understand. Like if Shane gives me a task and says, "Hey, I need you to go over there and get this and do this and do that." Okay, let me say to you what you just said to me. And he's like, "You want me to go over there and pick up that, and then you want me to get this and bring that over here." Yes, Judy, but I have to repeat it. And so going back and putting the video together, I was able to get some clarification of why I'm crazy. Why am I going from he is a butthole? Oh my God, I love him so much. He is a straight up butthole. Oh my gosh, he's the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Am I crazy? Because I sure feel crazy. Just listening to the story makes you crazy. It makes you feel like you're all over the flipping map. And you're like, dude, I need to go to counseling twice this week because it's bad. It's bad. And I think I tell you guys all the time, I can't change Shane. I can't go, hey, dude, listen, let me tell you how I am. If you would say it maybe a little more gentle and say it almost as if this is a surprise, I'm gonna think you're the biggest rock star ever made on this earth. But when you come across as it's coming back in here, it's coming back in here. I hate your guts. You're doing it wrong. If you're a man and you're listening to me, you need to figure out your wife. Because if you would do it, you'd probably get freaking homemade scratch dinners every night, homemade desserts, your back rubbed. I don't know. Like we would become a freaking rock star if you would just. I realize we're hard to figure out. I get it. We're hard to figure out. But if a guy would figure out his wife and realize what her needs are, like my love language is gifts. So if Shane would turn moving the truck into a gift, I would be like, my husband, you don't have to give me nothing. You moving this truck out of the education center is the sweetest thing you've ever done. That's what I would have done. But instead, I get, it's coming back. Don't get excited. It's coming back in here. I've already told you. You ain't listening. That's what you get. But see, the only person we can control is ourselves, right? So instead of me trying to get Shane to figure out me, it's not going to happen. I have to figure out Shane. I can't expect Shane. If I set that Joker down and said, okay, listen here, Joker. Listen, you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it all. You're doing it all wrong. If you want something from me, if you do it this way, by God, you would not believe what all you would get homemade scratch biscuits, like you would get everything. But see, if I said that to him, he's going to get pissed. So I have to control myself and figure out how to figure out my husband. So I have to figure out Shane. Shane is a jokester. Shane is a jokester. And Shane likes to get me stirred up. He thinks I am hilarious when he gets me all stirred up. It jacks me up so mentally, but he thinks it's the funniest thing in the whole wide world. So, probably what I should do is not react because I'm feeding his behavior because he thinks it's the funniest thing when I react. If I would stop and pause and not react and act like it bothers me, he'd probably stop doing it. Right? But he thinks I'm hilarious when he gets me all stirred up. So the person that I can change is the way I react when he's this smart aleck man. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, what else? So Shane, if I want Shane to put the peacock enclosure up, I have to make it his idea, right? I have to make this. So me bugging him is making him go, she gets on my flipping nerves. If she says one more word about this stupid truck or this stove or this motor or this bus seat or this peacock enclosure, I'm going to wring her neck. That's what he's going to do. The person I can control is myself. So if I would just sit back and shut my big mouth, the peacock closure probably would get done tomorrow. But I keep opening my mouth. It's me. So we have to figure out our spouse or your loved one. If you don't have a spouse, you have to figure out the loved one that you're communicating with and how to effectively communicate with that person. You've got to figure out their needs. Because Shane probably goes, I do everything for her. And she is never satisfied. She just wants and wants and wants and wants and wants and wants and wants because she can't do nothing herself. She has to depend on me to fix it, to do it, because she can't do nothing herself. So today, the person you can control is yourself. And if you're in all over the map like me, love him, hate him, love him, hate him, love him, you got to fix you. So today is Monday and you have choices. You can sit it out or you can dance. And to dance is to get in your own lane and figure it out yourself. And don't expect you to have a sit down talk with him or her and go, let me tell you how you need to be doing this because you're all jacked up. It won't work. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Bye.